Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Fidela Terti Alvino with NIM 090312328048 and I'm from class Sirek 4C. In this video, I will explain my answer for the operating system midterm exam. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate my understanding of Linux commands related to directory structure, file manipulation, permission settings, symbolic links, and user mask settings. I will go through each question step by step with detailed explanation. So, let's get started. I will explain my answer for the operating system midterm exam, and I will go through each question step by step with detailed explanation. So we go to the first question is about directory structure, and in this section A is creating the main directory, and I make the code sudo mkdir minpaste /home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name. The mean of this code is this command creates the main directory nim_my_name inside /home/mahasiswa, and the min_p ensure that if the parent directory /home/mahasiswa does not exist, and it will be created. And sudo is used because this directory might require administrative privilege for modification. Okay, so we next to the B section is creating subdirectories, and I use the code is sudo mkdir minpaste /home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name in document kode and arsip, and this command create 3 subdirectories document kode arsip inside the main directory. Using document kode and arsip ensure that all 3 directories are created in one command. So we go to the C section is about displaying directory structure is ls min_r/home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name. The first part of the output confirms that nim_my_name directory contains 3 subdirectory are the arsip, document, and code, and the empty section indicate that the subdirectory currently do not contain any file. We go to the number 2 questions is about file manipulations. In the section A, to fix this, the ownership and permission of the directory were changed, and we use the code sudo chown min_r user/home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name, and we use the code sudo chmod min_r 75t5/home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name, and chmod min_r 75t5 is means and sets a read, write, and execute permissions for the owner, and read and execute permission for others. And now the identitas.txt file can be created, and we create a file identitas.txt and we use the code echo min_e nama Fidela Terti Alvino, nim prodi sistem informasi /home/mahasiswa/nim_my_name/document /identitas.txt. Okay, so we go to the B section is about copying the file to the archive directory. To archive directories, the file duplicate into arsip with the name identitas_backup.txt, and we use syntax or code cp. The cp was used to duplicate identitas.txt into arsip as identitas_backup.txt. Okay, so we go to the next section is the C section is moving the file to the code directory. Okay, the original identitas.txt is moved from document to code, leaving document without the file. So mv, the means of mv relocated identitas.txt to the code directory. So to the displaying contents of identitas_backup.txt in the section D, we use syntax or code chat /home/mahasiswa /nim_my_name /arsip /identitas_backup.txt, and the output is nama Fidel Tertia Alvino, NIM 091312823848, and the prodi is sistem informasi. The analysis from this output is the contents match the original file, confirming that the copy operation was successful. Okay, we go to the number 3 questions. Is about file permissions management, and in the section A is about changing file permission for identitas_backup.txt. As you can see, the code is chmod 640 /home/mahasiswa /nim_my_name /arsip /identitas_backup.txt. 640 means owner can read and write, group can read only, and others have no access. Okay. So after we changing file permission for identitas_backup.txt, we go to the section B is changing file ownership to root. We use code sudo chown root staff /home/mahasiswa /nim_my_name /arsip /identitas_backup.txt. Now the file is now owned by the root user and belong to the staff group if we use this code. Okay, so we go to the C sections is about displaying the details. We displaying file details, use this code is ls-min l /home/mahasiswa /nim_my_name /arsip /identitas_backup.txt, and the output is the file permission is -rw -r and the file permissions confirm the change, and ownership is now root staff as expected. Okay, we go to the next questions. Is number 4 questions. Number 4 questions is about symbolic links. In the section A, we creating referensi_nim.txt, and we use syntax or code echo. Ini adalah dokumentasi sistem operasi milik Fidel Tertia Alvino dengan NIM 09031282284048 /home/mahasiswa nim_my_name /dokumen /referensi_my_name.txt. Okay, echo, we use echo in this creating referensi_nim.txt to create a file containing documentation text. Okay, we go to the section B is creating a symbolic link. We use ln-s /home/mahasiswa. How's the output? The output is shortcut underscore my name now points to referensi underscore my name. So we go to the section C is checking symbolic link. We checking symbolic link with code is ls-min l /home/mahasiswa my name underscore Fidel Tertia Alvino /dokumen. And what the means of ls-min l? ls-min l confirm the presence of both file with a shortcut underscore my name.txt showing a symbolic link. Okay, now the output is -rw and the one at the beginning of the line indicates a symbolic link. Okay, now we go to the section D, modifying the content of referensi_nim.txt. We use code echo dokumentasi telah diperbarui oleh Fidel Tertia Alvino /home/mahasiswa /my name underscore Fidel Tertia Alvino /dokumen /referensi underscore referency underscore myname.txt. Now, echo command is used to write text to a file, and the link operator override the file content. Okay, next, the file path /home/mahasiswa/name_nama/document/referency_name.txt ensure that the update is applied to the correct file. Okay. Now we go to the section E, is displaying the content of shortcut underscore name.txt. Nah, this command prints the content of shortcut underscore name.txt. Since shortcut underscore name.txt is a symbolic link to referency underscore name.txt, any change made to referency underscore name.txt are reflected in shortcut underscore name.txt immediately. And why does this happen? A symbolic link created with ln min s is just pointer to another file, and it does not store its own content but redirects the original file. And since the shortcut underscore name.txt link to referency underscore name.txt displaying shortcut underscore name.txt using the code chat will show the update content of referency underscore name.txt. So the output is dokumentasi telah diperbarui oleh Videla Tirtialvino. Okay, we go to the last number questions. Is number 5 questions is about user mask configuration, and in the section A questions is checking the default umask. We input the code umask and the output is 0002. The umask command display the current user file creation mode mask, and the default value 0002 means that newly created directory will have permission 775 and new files will have permission 664. And this default settings allow owner can read and write, and group can read and write, and others only can read. Okay, we go to the section B, is changing umask to 027 and creating data underscore name.txt. Okay, as you can see in the screen, umask 027 touch /home/mahasiswa/name underscore my name /document/data_name.txt. Okay, so explanation of umask 027. 027 is a 3-digit mask that affects permission settings, and the calculations follow this logic. The default maximum permission for files is 666 or RW-, and the umask value 027 removes 0 means no restrictions for the owner, and 2 means group loss write permissions, and 7 means other loss all permissions. As a result, now new files get 640 permissions. Okay, and next we go to the section C, is displaying file permissions. We use code ls-min l /home/mahasiswa/name underscore my name /document/data_name. So the output is -rw-r permission breakdown owner or rw-, it means can read and write, group r-, can only read, and other -- is no access. Okay, so we go to the last sections, and the last questions is explanations of the effect of changing umask. So the explanation of changing umask is, before changing umask is 0002, default file permission 664, and default directory permission is 775. And effect both owner and group can read and write files, and other can only read files but cannot modify them. And after we changing umask 0 to 7, new file permissions is 640, and new directory permission is 750. And affect the owner can still read and write file, the group can only read file and no write access, and other have no access at all, neither read nor write. And why this important? These settings enhance security by preventing unauthorized user from accessing files, and it is useful in multi-user environments where only the owner and a trust group should have access. And in a shared system like a university server, this ensures that personal files remain private. Okay. So that's all from me. And the final conclusions: by setting umask 0 to 7, newly created files are protected from unauthorized access, allowing only the owner full control and restricting others. That's all from me. That concludes my explanation for this operating system midterm exam. I have covered all the questions and demonstrated the comments along with their outputs and meanings. I hope this explanation is clear and helpful. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.